Good morning, YouTube. I went ahead and took my braids out because they were really hurting my head. Um, I'm of Afro-Asian descent, and when I was growing up, my mom did not allow us to put braids in our hair, and we really didn't need it. Our hair was really healthy, and when my parents split up for a couple of weeks, my neighbors were just like, "Oh my gosh!" And this is an Afro-American community. Let us do something, because your wife. I know y'all having problems, but the hair. So I tried to braid it in order to kind of keep it tame. My hair, it goes through phases, and when I was like, I'm 37 now, but when I was like 27, 28, 29, my hair was doing really well, but it was intentionally damaged by someone that put a chemical in it, and it burned out my scalp and everything. Um, as far as attractiveness, I never really thought about that. Um, I'll say up until about 30, 33, 34. I'm 37 now. I was fairly attractive. I was very attractive probably up until 28, 29. Then, hardships and stress. And so the braids, it didn't do my hair any justice as far as I thought that it would be good to put oil and, all these different things that are supposed to work in your hair and keep it braided. But the braided pulls your hair, and so what happens is that it pulls your hair, so you're pulling your follicles up at the scalp. I didn't pull any hair out that I know of, but it was just very uncomfortable after a while. And because of the damage to my hair, as y'all saw, the braids didn't look good. They were frizzy. Y'all couldn't really tell on this camera, but they were very frizzy. And because I've gained so much weight and I'm so fat and my face is basically ugly now, I have gaps in my teeth and but God bless for the other stuff. So it wasn't very appealing at all either. And I started thinking about it and I was just like, ew, it made me think about how you see fat ghetto people and they don't do their hair like for days and it's just these braids that are ugly that are just falling apart and they don't do it. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. So um I need to do something with my hair. Also, seeing people that are homeless and haven't been there myself, it's just, it's one of those things where if you're homeless, yeah, because it keeps your hair tamed, even if it's messy and, that's the way you look. So I need to find out what to do with my hair. I just took the braids out, and I do plan on going to church today. I'm not a person, I don't believe in the institution of church. The real church really is suffering, meaning the fellowship between people. And so sometimes you have to um, sometimes you have to humble yourself because it's not all about you. And I learned that a long time ago. But even more than that, it not being all about you, is that I have a story to tell behind it, but my time is limited. But I'm gonna tell y'all quickly. For example, the, a week or so ago, I had this bad experience at Family Dollar, and that whole day was like just a weird day for me. And it wasn't just that, because after I left there, my shoe popped in the middle of the street, just craziness. And the way that I was treated there was absolutely no reason for me to be treated that way. But I kept my cool. You know, I respected whatever needed to be respected. I immediately just left. And I gave myself a few days to kind of, deal with the situation internally, calm down, and I wrote a letter to corporate. And I used to take great time to do these things, but I didn't. I just kind of, tried not to be offensive and just sent it out. But I went back today because I wanted to see what I was dealing with. These people did not respond, so I wanted to record too to see how everything just came off. And obviously something was said because the person wasn't as much of a jerk and as well. He still was a jerk, but um, he just wasn't on his phone and loud and just as much as a jerk as he usually was. So I got pretty decent service when I went today. Pretty decent. Of course, I got the snide comment. Somebody else picked up on it and was like, you know. So that place is definitely not for me. You know, the things there are more sensitive. But the thing of it all is that because I kept my cool, kept my collectiveness and calmness, whereas I could have just went berserk crazy. And I think, you know, people take for granted that when you get older you're more mature, and it's true. But the thing about it is that when you get older, you've always also experienced a whole lot. So you know how Tupac said, "Nothing to lose." You've been through a lot more. So sometimes that amount of pressure on top of that just makes you be like, okay, you know what? I've been through a lot of shit. You know, I really can't deal with this right now. I'm going to have to put you in your place real quick. But I'm not there yet because it hurts me. And you can see in the weight gain, it hurts me when I see things that are wrong in the world. And there is so much that's wrong, you know. And as far as the church thing, the reason, you know, I don't want to go to the, didn't want to go to the building of the church is because it's all a farce. You know what I'm saying? It's like they get you there and they want you to get hyped up. And some of the places go so far to the extent of where they tell you that if um, you don't you know, stand up and jump up when they tell you to stand up and jump up, that you're like an interloper. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're being disobedient, and they'll threaten you with, like, subconsciously threaten you that, you know, oh, we've been to churches where Marvin Sapp was supposed to come. These church members didn't want to move, so we called the police on them. You know, so I don't know. But anyhow, so it's not about you. You know, it's about the healing. If I had acted out on that dude the way that most people would have, or acted out in any way, I didn't act out in any way at all. Um, and my eye hurt. I just touched it. I don't know if it's the oil, all the spices I've been cooking with, but I washed my hands, so I don't know what the deal is there. But if I had acted out that way, you know, it definitely, I wouldn't, my conscience wouldn't have been good to even go back to see what was going on. But also, it gives that person a, because he wouldn't have learned anything either. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole purpose, is to learn, to teach and learn. So I don't know. I need to start writing again so I can put my thoughts out more clearly, because there's a really important message there, but I know I didn't get it out to you well. So I'm gonna get ready to do my hair.